I will be the first to say it. I love One Direction. But for the longest time, I would hoard their music on my iPod, and I would listen to them secretly and hope that no one could see. But why? And when people did see it, I would say, oh, haha, they're my guilty pleasure. But why? Why do I have to feel guilty about liking a boy band? Why do I have to feel guilty about liking a group of musicians who are no better or worse than who we see on the top 50s for pop every day? I think I do know why. It's because this boy band specifically is associated with having one of the craziest hormonal preteen teen girl fan base. Justin Bieber's Beliebers are no different. But why is it that things associated with teenage girls, boy bands, other artists, magazines, TV shows, books are considered silly or stupid? Why do teenage girls specifically, why do they have a bad name? Now, I don't want to exclude the boys here. I'm sure that teenage boys, of course, have their own set of problems and their own sets of obsessions, but I'm focusing on the teenage girls here. I hope that's okay. So let's take a step back and talk about why. I'm sure you know the statistics. 44% of girls are trying to lose weight, 15% of boys are trying to do the same, while 40% of them are trying to gain muscle mass. 70% of middle school and high school teenagers will avoid daily activities like going to school if they look bad that day. 75% of teenage girls engage in negative activities like self-harming, disordered eating, drinking, and smoking. Now, the last two may not have anything to do with self-esteem issues, but the first two definitely do. So the numbers show us one thing. We don't really like ourselves. And it makes sense. With the media placing emphasis on the things it does today, with romantic comedies and TV shows telling us that to be perfect, we have to have the perfect boyfriend, the perfect social life. Oh, and parents tell us that we have to get into the perfect college, so we have to have perfect grades, we have to have perfect extracurriculars. It's not surprising that we don't like ourselves very much because we can't live up to those crazy expectations. So, with all that pressure placed on one person, people end up disliking themselves. It makes sense. And what does this have to do with fangirls? Well, with everything that fangirls have to deal with, it would be really easy for them to just get frustrated, to take out all their anger on other people. It would be easy for them to become bullies. But instead, they channel all that fire, all that frustration into one simple thing: love. Yes, they immerse themselves in fictional worlds. Yes, they love members of boy bands. They find a safe way to escape, to channel everything that they felt. They manage to keep themselves sane. To quote an author, teenage girls find a boy for themselves in a sea of emotional ruin, and they hold on tighter than anyone else. But instead of being respected, let alone applauded for their efforts, they're mocked. Everything associated with teenage girls are automatically dismissed because these girls are insane. They could have taken their frustration and hurt other people, but they loved instead, and we label them crazy for it. I don't know about you, but that sounds pretty wrong to me. So the next time you decide to judge someone based on their fan base, the next time you decide to judge a teenage girl because she loves a boy band, think about it for a second. All they're doing is finding an outlet for their anger and frustration, and they do not deserve to be mocked for it. Thank you.